Morning everyone, that's just my little friend that hangs around in my car with me. Paul here from Unusual Things. Now today I'm back in Putney Cemetery, and this has got a lot of people in it in terms of well-known people, but this one in particular was someone I didn't really know about, if I'm honest with you, and I just sort of came across them whilst I was doing some research. Their name is Eugen Sandow. I hope I've said that correct, and I will fill you in on some information very, very shortly indeed. Don't forget, if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe along. It's all free, as you know that by now. And of course, the crows are in town, and hit the notifications, the little bell as well. Now I've got to say a massive thank you to all new members, all existing members, any members. Thank you very much, and the people that have very kindly donated, I really appreciate that as well, because it does help with the fuel. So yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? Let's go and find out a little bit more information about Eugen. Eugen Sandow, the most famous physique champion 100 years ago. Indeed, perhaps the first modern bodybuilder. Eugen Sandow, born Friedrich Wilhelm Müller on April 2nd, 1867, he began his career as a sideshow strongman. Early in life, and with the help of showman Florence Zidigout, Sandow decided it wasn't enough simply to demonstrate his strength, but to actually display his muscular physique as though it were a work of art. He soon made his muscle displays the main feature of vaudeville stage at the Chicago World's Fair. Sandow eventually built a series of gyms across Europe and America and other points around the world. He developed a successful mail order business. He wrote several popular books on bodybuilding and health. Sandow was acclaimed on his 1905 visit to India, at which time he was already a cultural hero in the country at a time of strong nostalgic feeling. The scholar Joseph Allah suggests that Sandow was the person who had the most influence on modern yoga as exercise. He was one of the first to advocate free school lunches for children, prenatal care for women, and donated generously to charity and to the London Olympics. Friend of Thomas Edison, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the King of England, Sandow was a legend in his own time. The Mr Olympia contest uses a statue of Sandow as its trophy. Sandow died at his home in Kensington on the 14th of October 1925 of what the newspapers pronounced as a brain hemorrhage. So there you have it, it's the information there on Eugen Sandow. Now, I never really heard of him before. Obviously I knew about the Mr Olympia statue being built on someone, but I didn't know who it was. So I was really intrigued when I found out about him and who he was, and basically what he did, especially with prenatal mums, helping giving them things, and of course with kids as well. Obviously a very, very generous man, which is great, and it's always good to hear that. It's always nice to hear these little stories about things that we see. You know, we've all seen the Mr Olympia you know, statue. Arnie's held it up God knows how many times, but wonder who they based the physique on is another thing. Anyway, I think I found it. Now, Eugen was initially buried in an unmarked grave, which is here. He is buried here. But his grandson, or his great-great-grandson I think it was, in 2009, wow, look at this, had this put here for him. And of course, with him being a strong man, and with him showing off his muscles as artwork, creative artwork, you can see why it is what it is. This is amazing because, like I just said, you know, he wanted to not only show off his strength, but he wanted to show off his physical body, his muscles, as artwork, which they were. And, you know, they still are these days. When people do these competitions, you look at how they train, obviously the commitment, the dedication, but not only that, you look at their actual physique, and it is like a piece of artwork, whether you like it or not. Big muscles and ripped muscles and six packs and all the rest of it, doesn't matter. A lot of time and dedication goes into that. And for him to now be or what was based the statue of Mr Olympia on this gentleman here is amazing, awesome. So I never thought I'd be visiting a grave like this because I didn't really know much about it, but I'm so glad that I did the research now, and when I saw it there and I found out and I read about him, I thought, wow, what an interesting guy. And you know what he did for people back then. You know, he died very young as well, which is a shame. But I don't know whether some people have left these here. Looks like it, yeah. So some people have left their box there. So thank you, Eugen. I think I've pronounced that correct. He doesn't have an E on the end of it. E-U-G-E-N. Eugen? I don't know. What do I know? Anyway, amazing. That's such a beautiful, respectful monument. And it's just shown in a way of what that man was all about. The artwork of his body and the way the stone is there. The artwork, the creativeness of the stone is different, it's abnormal, as in, but it still says something about itself, which is great. Anyway, from Putney, I really enjoyed that one today. It was really interesting, and it was so interesting to read on the guy. So yeah, if you liked that video, give us a thumbs up. If you've got any comments to make, if you've got any more information about him, leave them down below. I'd love to read them. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. And I will see you all on the next one.